What is going on, Capsuleers? This is Nova Terra-Ren, bringing you a video this time. It's Eve Vanguard. Played a little bit of this thus far, but just wanted to make a little bit of a Let's Play video and show you what Vanguard is all about, at least in its current iteration. I've played a couple matches of it thus far, or I've deployed a few times, I should probably say. And a little bit through a quest line or a mission line, whatever you'd call it, under expeditions here at least. Just enough that I sort of know what I'm doing, but for the most part, I think you'll be learning along with me a little bit. Now, the way I like to play these sort of games, I'm a little bit of a hoarder, and I sort of do enjoy just dropping down without anything to start with, and then collecting some stuff and leaving. I guess it's a bit of a loser playstyle in some cases. I know a lot of people are dropping down with some really buff weapons at the moment and really taking the fight to other people. I'm happy to take the fight to other people, but I tend to like to risk minimal at the moment at least. So yeah, we'll see. But if you don't have any weapon in your loadout to start with, when you hit deploy here, you will be issued a standard issue Keshik carbine, so you will be able to shoot things. So let's head on down. So there have been a couple minute-long matchmaking times or so over the course of this thus far, but pretty quick is pretty standard at the moment, which was really fun for this early alpha. Tend to be able to get down pretty quickly. And alright, so I mean, my objectives here. I need to activate and defend mining site scanners, and I believe there's one both at this dig site here and also at the waste storage. So I think I'm going to try to go for the waste storage one and see if we can work it. And so we're just going to deploy on down. Nice. We have our gun, plenty of rounds at least to start with. And yeah, so let's head onto the map, and I can ping here to see where we're heading on our heads-up display. So, going to head on up. And unlike other games, you can sprint pretty much indefinitely, which I definitely enjoy as well. Makes it a little bit more fast-paced, at least when you're trying to get from point A to point B. Let's see if we can climb up here. I haven't tried this yet. Looks like not. Yeah, no. So, if you've been a fan of like illegal climbing, like in Skyrim, games like that, you can't really do it. Oh, guess we ran through some toxic sludge there. Now, if you have a mining laser, I don't remember the exact name of it, but you can actually mine these things right here, these crystals, and you can pick up some items that way. And there's a good number of them. You'll find them all around the map. Pretty sweet. But yeah, we're heading on over. I think we're nearly here. So, Vanguard is a PvP-VE game, so most or much of what we'll be fighting here will be NPC characters. However, there are yeah, that's an NPC over there, for example. A couple of them. But when you do run into players, they tend to be pretty terrifying. So just checking some crates here to see if there's any items for us to pick up, but unfortunately, there's not. Seems like the area's already been looted. Probably, I assume that's a player. So, trying to figure out now here, where is a mining beacon that we can activate? Oh, I think that's a player. Oh. And that was some form of orbital strike. Kind of terrifying. Alright. Huh, don't really know what to think about that. Okay. Looted some items, and my belief is that items like that, oftentimes they're just worth money directly, which you can buy things on the market when you're back up in the ship. However, you can also use it for crafting, build attachments for your guns, for example, things like that, or even other guns. Alright, so let's find that scanner here that we can activate. Does this look like anything? Nah. Alright, we have some items here to pick up at least. Motion scanner, deployable shield. Yeah, some cool stuff there, actually. Nothing in this one, though. Alright. Ooh. Data core. Yeah, lots of stuff. Alright, we're looting. So you will notice as well, at least if you're familiar with other shooter games, this one tends to be a little bit like Halo in the sense in this current build at least. You have shield, and you have normal health. If your shield gets damaged, it'll recharge very easily, but you'll have to heal yourself if you take health damage the way that I just did, even. So notably, you cannot pick up guns that belong to people, or NPCs even. We also just looted some biomass, and that is what we use to heal ourselves. Actually, I'll show you that in a second. Just a core. I don't know what half the stuff is that we're picking up, but that's all well and good. We can, we'll figure that out later when we extract with it, if we extract with it. So if we hold 3, we can heal up a little bit, and you'll see our health in the bottom left just went back up to full. That consumes biomass, biomass being some of the stuff that we just looted from those NPCs. So again, I'm trying to figure out here where we can activate a scanner, because that was our quest, and it seems to indicate that there should be something here at the waste storage for that. So very much assume that there'll be something we can activate here. Did I miss something in this room, mayhaps? That's tricky. So I guess let's just look at the southwest corner of this place. Something's going on over here. Somehow I hadn't reloaded, that's funny. There's definitely some players over there. Maybe we should go after them. So you can melee, as I just did there, with the V key on the keyboard. That melee currently feels pretty strong. It does definitely remind me of the old Halo 3 days, playing random maps there. You'd shoot them a few times, you'd run up, you'd just give them a smack, and you just pop them down just like that. That was totally aggroed on some sort of person, so let's go see if we can chase down a player or two. That's a player right there. I think we just got the drop on them a little bit. Okay, but they're also healing back up. Hell yeah. Midday Possum, sorry about that one. I guess they also dropped to your solo. I don't think there's too many people who are dropping solo. We might play around with that a little bit later. It is so much nicer dropping with, I guess, friends for sure, but you can also play with randoms, and some of them are really good. I think some of my most fun games thus far. Dropped down, found a couple randoms who also had a microphone, and we just went at it. Took down some really sweet objectives, but... So yeah, interestingly enough, we've been completely unable to find the objective that it looked like we should have been able to activate to defend, like a drill, something like that. We couldn't really find it in that one area, so I don't know if we're just missing something obvious that we're supposed to look for, or whether it's just not available right now for whatever reason. But, yeah, it's maybe something to look into later. But we're not done here yet. I figure, wow, this person died in a hilarious position. I figure we can run around a little bit more. Maybe we can head on over. Yeah, actually, we're nearly there. We could go down to the dig site, and I know down at the dig site that there is something to do as far as activating some sort of thing that you protect. So maybe we can try that. I don't think it's going to go particularly well, given that we are solo, but it'll be fun regardless. Now, before we do that, because we are probably going to die, let's look once again on the map. And you can see there's Clone Bank, interestingly enough. You can spend some sort of data, which gives you a respawn if you're killed, which could definitely be useful, especially for getting some of these quests done. But the one that's really important, I think, are extraction sites that are online. You can see there's a couple offline ones, and this is where you get to actually leave the deployment. And I definitely have seen players running here before. Feels like you might be able to interrupt them in a really fun way.
Aegis have discovered the location of Avalon.
And yeah, that is the
system. Get out or lose everything.
So the audio line we just heard, I think that's just telling us there is just that one extraction point that's still available.
An upwell dig site. You should be able to intercept a container before it reaches the rig. Find a way.
Okay, the problem here... Ooh! Is that we actually don't have that much ammo, and I know in order to activate this stuff, we're gonna have to use a lot of ammo killing things, which I'm not super thrilled about our chances of. Also, that big scary guy there, he's really easy to kill when you can shoot his, like, the pack that's on his back. The problem here being, if he's just looking at us, it's going to be really hard to get behind him to shoot that pack on his back. So, I mean, we could try to run at him and see if we can run behind him. Honestly, let's give it a shot. Woo! Alright, maybe not the best idea. Woo! Yeah, we got wrecked. So, turns out you can't get too close to that guy, but if you shoot this red pack on his back, they do die reasonably quickly. So, got a little bit wrecked there. We did some good damage to things before we died, though. I liked that we did manage to take down a player, so that was fun at least. Let's leave the deployment for now. So, we failed, but death is not the end. And one of the other important things about this game, I mean, they keep telling you, if you're on the Eve Vanguard Discord, no war clone survives alone. So you can actually check this box here to fill your squad when you deploy. And that means that you'll likely get placed with other people who are also who also have a not entirely full squad. Meaning that you can actually go at some group objectives together, and it's a little bit easier. Like that guy right there, he kept turning very slowly while shooting at me. If someone comes at him from the other side, they're actually really pretty reasonable or easy to take down even. So helps a lot having a couple buddies. And yeah, playing this game with friends is definitely a good idea if you want to take on bigger and bigger objectives. So it looks like we have a full squad now, and it's just waiting for the server to bring us on in. There we are deploying. So these are entirely random people.
Over, but Aegis are on the way. Work quickly. Time is against us.
So I don't know whether they will speak with us or not, but we can in case they want to. But here's one of them. I think we're waiting on one more who is dropping now as well. I assume they're dropping. Alright, whatever. We'll go with
A harmonic
Maluda, and they
bridge
can catch
network
on up.
stands ready. Use them to return to Avalon before Aegis closes the way.
So those harmonic bridges that the voiceover keeps mentioning, those are those extraction points, I'm pretty sure. At least, or the ability to use them. And that's why they're not always active, but when they're stable, you can head back on up to the ship or your war barge with them. So, looting some stuff. It's always a good idea, I think, early on to get some extra bullets so that you can stay in a fight a little bit longer. But yeah, I wonder what do they want to go after. Of course, we do have objectives. We could go back to that same area that we were just at and see if we can fight the larger guy there. Now that we have a buddy or two. I do believe they did indeed drop, but they can come on over to us. Let's take on a couple NPCs.
Contact marked.
So, not gonna lie, I am pretty terrible at the gunplay at the moment, but it does feel fun, at least. Like, the guns themselves actually feel pretty good to shoot. And, I'm just really bad at shooters, turns out. I've gotten old. Alright. I've looted enough for now, I think. Let's see. If we check the map. Doesn't seem like our teammate's coming, which is unfortunate, but doesn't matter that much. At least we have one guy playing with us here. It'll make it a lot easier anyway. Alright, let's see. Did they have somewhere that they want to go, or... Yeah, I think they were just checking map, which is why they were stationary for a second. Now that mining laser thing I was mentioning earlier with those crystals, you can also use it to check these things here, which are also like loot boxes. You just have to hit the different corners of it with that laser. I think that's exactly what our teammate is up to here. Yep, exactly. I just looted one of these using that laser. Alright, they're a little busy looting, but I want to start doing things. So I think I might just run off toward the dig site, and they can follow me if they want to. I'm hoping that they'll come. Actually, I will bookmark it, or I will ping it for them, so they're also likely to head towards that then. I have that habit of accidentally shooting a bullet after I finish looting a thing. Oh god, let's get out of that. Getting shot at by NPC? Damn, at least I'm hoping that was an NPC.
New mag.
Interesting that we sort of just got dropped on there, but that's okay. Took him down. Oh, it's probably because of this harmonic bridge that's right there. Oh, it does seem that our teammate has left as well, unfortunately. Oh well, we'll give it a shot on our lonesome.
Aegis fleet has entered the system. Harmonic bridges will be targeted from orbit. War clones. Aegis seeks to extract Nemesis technology from a nearby fuel platform. Find a commander with the access code. Strike the tower and bring what you find back to Avalon. The Garden watches. An upwell dig site. You should be able to intercept a container before it reaches the rig. Find a way.
So this is the thing I had to hack, so that's a good sign. I guess this is what we're looking for at the other location as well. And we did that hack. Perfect. So it looks like I do not have to activate the big beacon here in the middle, which is very good considering that I am on my own here. That's a grenade. Run.
Taking position there.
Nice. Those grenades are very scary, by the way. If you run into one when you don't see it coming, you can die pretty much instantaneously. I'll bookmark this one here. And we know what to look for now. It's like one of those poles. So if we hack one of those, then it should be what we need.
Home if you need it.
Yeah, it's a harmonic bridge. We don't need to way home yet. We want to get the other objective first. Now, those drones don't look like much, but once they start shooting you, they can also do a lot of damage, and they often come in groups, which makes them a little more scary than you might think, but they're also not too big a deal. As in, it's pretty easy to take down a ton of them. If they keep spawning, you can just keep taking them down quickly. Oh, saw something. I don't know whether that was a player or whether it was an NPC. Be a little careful. Aha! Here it is. Alright. Looks like we're completing this hack just fine. And we just need to extract. So we'll go for an extraction now. Perfect. Let's just see if we can loot anything here first. Why not, considering that we're already here? Just grab it, and let's try to extract. This is a harmonic bridge, and I think it's online.
Mark well this location.
So we will activate it.
Activated. Hold your ground until the link.
So usually some bad guys will drop in now. Or they often have. But so far so good.
The link is ready.
It's up, and you can just run into the scary thing.
You return to Avalon. The garden has seen and will remember.
We have successfully extracted. Alright. So you can see this is all the stuff that we looted over here. All these types of items will return. And so not only is this stuff in our backpack, we'll just store it for the time being, but when we go to expeditions, we did complete the one that we were looking at going after. So we successfully managed that one. We got into that one fight with the player at one point. We died to that crazy buff NPC. That seemed very difficult to take down when you're on your lonesome, but of course, haven't tried that with any of the more advanced guns or grenades or anything, but if nothing else, we did complete another part from our expedition, and we're going to continue on with that later. So thanks for watching. Bit of a first Let's Play here. I might do some more Eve Vanguard content, either some more Let's Play, just going through, progressing a little bit, and trying to find some fights, but otherwise might also just take some Vanguard clips and talk a bit about Eve during it, because turns out just listening to some story time with some Vanguard footage in the background as I just play through, I think it's pretty fun, especially when you're getting into random gunfights and whatnot. So, thanks for watching. Take care.